Welcome one and all to Hearts of Iron 4 Case Green version 1.18. Hey everyone, sorry for the bitter steel jump scare here. Just want to let you guys know I'm starting a project. Now you guys may know that I'm a bit of a fiend for tabletop wargaming and plastics. You can tell maybe from the table or the cupboard behind me. I do enjoy this quite a bit, and I want to spread that love with the world, and to do that I have started supplydrop.be. I will be selling Bolt Action and Conflict 47 minis, box sets, the whole shebang throughout the EU. I am somewhat limited. I cannot afford to ship to America. I'm sorry, and the rest of the world, holy shit, is shipping expensive. But the EU, I have you covered there, gentlemen. For those of you who know, it needs no more introduction. For those of you who do not, this is World War II tabletop gaming, with Conflict 47 basically being a very weird version of what if World War II went on and everything went crazy. Long story short, check out supplydrop.be if you're interested in miniature wargaming. You want to maybe build, paint one of these plastic miniatures. I've got everything from the big starter boxes. I've got infantry boxes. And I've got tanks for those enjoyers among you as well. Now this is me. This is just me. There's no third party. Well, Warlord Games who makes these, but I am the one taking your order. I'm the one filling your boxes. I'm the one shipping these out. So do me a solid, check it out if this is something you are at all interested in. If you're not, hey, fine by me. You do what you want to do. I'm going to try what I want to do. Now get back to the video. Thank you for your support either way. Supplydrop.be down there in the description. Have a good one. There has been a cheeky little update that added, if you paid for the tiny little DLC, the Czechoslovak Republic. But you might ask, but didn't Czechoslovakia already have content? Yes, but now it has new content. Minor nitpick. The new flags always get added to the back of this list, but Czechoslovakia did not move. It remained where it was. Anyway. Hey there, Bitter Steel Jump Scare, just here to remind you that you need to press that like button if you like the video. Consider subscribing, it helps out the channel tremendously. I know the YouTube pleasantries, it is what it is, it works, it helps, thank you very much. Back to the video, sorry to disturb you. I need to go back to painting. I need more of these boys. Apologies for the voice, it's been doing weird things lately. I have been a little ill, it'll be fine.
Mom, I have a fever. 103? No school today.
So, what will we do? Well, we'll see what we have to work with. Iron Man mode on, historical focus is on, and we're going in, spoiler alert, I'm not going in blind. I just finished the previous recording of this run and got my teeth kicked in because I completely lost myself in the focus tree, but we'll do better today. I promise. Yeah, do not pay attention to these. Do not pay attention to these. Alright, Czechoslovak Republic. First off, we start off with an army, 4 tanks, and 22 assorted infantry. Cavalry shit, I can tell you that already. Alright, great. The mountaineers are, it's not worth anything. And the infantry, none of this is worth anything. Just switch him to infantry and exercise him. Put him on the German border for all I care. And then the armor isn't. The armor isn't. But I'll keep them around, might have a use for them. I have some plans if I can get the divisions built out. So this is what we start making. For a country that is the supposed arms manufacturer of Europe, I'm not feeling too hot about this. I don't like the very limited amount of factories and the not limited amount of things we need to build. So let's work on Towed AA. We're going to need that. I'll put an extra factory on infantry equipment. Gonna need that. I'll take 1 off the tanks. I don't want that many light tanks. We're gonna need trains because, you know, the trains, vroom and stuff. And we're gonna need trucks. Shit, I'm already out. Well, that's great. I will keep making the fighters because I do want something up in the sky, and then we'll slowly add numbers to all of our other equipment as time progresses. And we'll see where we end up. The country overall. So, we have a new leader, Milan Hodge. This guy, he's not Benesh, so there's that, I guess. Now, I might be an idiot, but that portrait looks a little weird. His left eye and eyeglass seem to be fading into each... Yeah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We have some new terrible national spirits. It seems like the theme of every new country DLC is completely fuck the country 6 ways from Sunday, and then use the focus tree to undo all of it. Not a fan of that design theory, but it's what they've been going with for years, and it's not going to change. So we start off with Sudetenland Quandary. Basically, Sudetenland sucks. If any of these countries justify on us, we're going to have negative events. Tatinek was good. Fair enough. Industrialist Veto. We are quite royally screwed on its negative modifiers, but hey, we can build mills real quick. War support is not that good, and well, basically it sucks. But you know why it really, really sucks? It locks you into civilian economy until you get rid of the industrialist veto. There is no way to progress economy laws until you get rid of the industrialist veto. So, one thing to keep an eye on. Agrarian politics, it is what it is. It's gonna fuck up our consumer goods. A divided nation, so the Czechoslovak state is not a monolith of peoples. We got the Czechs, we got the Slovaks, we got the Sudeten Germans, we got some Hungarians, we got a lot of people. I think we have some Carpatho-Ukrainians as well. There's a lot of people here. None of them particularly like each other, so we gotta fix that. And then lastly, the Czechoslovenska Armada. Basically, our army is built on the bones of the Czechoslovak Legion, which has upsides, has downsides. Something we have to fix, obviously, because there's more red than green. Anyway, now what you've been waiting for, the focus tree. I'm sure you've already seen this. A lot of other content creators got their videos out. I didn't, so before I forget, I got a key from Paradox for this, so free key, did not pay for this DLC, so that was free. Did not get any early access, did not get an early look at this. I got this on release, haven't been able to play it. Life is busy, and the Warhammer Open is like half an hour's drive for me. I went there, okay? So sue me. I went there. It's the first one they did in Europe. I went there, and it was amazing. Now, on to the rest of the business. Focus tree. So, appeal to the castle is politics. So we can go monarchy. Yeah, baby. Or fascism. Coalition building. Benesh. Guess historical democracy. Autonomous block. I don't know, just carve off. I don't even know what this is meant to do. Carve off Slovakia? But why? Like balkanize yourself, I guess? And then funding from Moscow. This is obviously various flavors of communism. Well, hey, so there's a little bit of a foreign policy tree, a little bit of a spy tree. These are locked to the coalition building tree. We got Czechoslovak tree, yada, yada, yada. Industry here, this one is actually going to be big. You might notice there's a bunch of extra icons on the icons. I'll talk about those in a minute. They don't matter right now. And then this one's pretty big as well. We can do the fortification program or completely forget about the fortification program. We're not going to. I want my fucking forts because I know I'm going to need them. And then the armed forces tree with army, industry, nice. Air Force, industry, army, and then all the way on the right, we even have a bit of a naval tree. Because shockingly, we have naval stuff. Just need to get to the water. All right, we also have a bit of an Air Force, but it's quite shit. I'm getting rid of the CAS and the tactical bombers. All the fighters can go, I don't know, to Prague and exercise. Then I'm going in true Czechoslovak fashion, sell all of those airplanes because I don't want them, sell them at a high price, throw them on the market. I'll do the same with the light tanks again. The negatives of the country don't stop. All of our states have modifiers. Bohemia, for instance, has this one, a lack of skilled workers, so construction is slowed down. The Sudetenland has separatism, so construction is slowed down. Hungarian's nationalism, separatism, construction is actually not slowed down, interestingly. But yeah, we need to fix the modifiers, and until we have fixed the modifiers, I'm just going to build a little bit of infrastructure in places that aren't too badly affected, like Bohemia as a modifier for mills and civs, but not infrastructure, so I'll just build infrastructure there. Same with southern Slovakia, and then I guess Moravia might as well, and then follow up with a bunch. After that, we'll follow up with a couple of civs once we fix the issues in the area, and then I'm going to assume we pivot hard into mills. We're going to need a lot of military factories real quickly. As for focuses, I think we start by raising industrial funds. Why? This unlocks the Skoda Works mechanics, which is pretty neat. kind of like it, and I'll talk about that when it becomes relevant. And it allows us to start the second fortification program. But you think, but Bitter Steel, the war is like 3 years off. You don't need to do that. Yes, I do, because over here, decisions. Love that bunch of on-map decisions, but at least we'll get some notifications from these. You'll see that as well. We have 105 days to start the Fortification Council. I'd like to get this done in time, so I'm going to go there quickly. So, the readiness of the Armada. More content. Balance of power. I'll be honest, I hate balance of power mechanics. I hate it. This one, however, is not too bad. It starts off neutral, it doesn't stay neutral. Eventually you're going to get an event and it's going to start ticking to the left towards an unprepared army. Great, we have the best army, well, one of the best armies in Europe, and it's going to turn to shit. Fortunately for us, there is some upside here, and the upside is embezzlement. Yes, a little bit of fraud never hurt anyone, and if we take these decisions, we can speed up civilian factory construction, consumer goods factor, and if we move towards the unprepared army, there are also some industrial modifiers that are nice. So I'm thinking we move towards unprepared army and linger there while we wait for the war. And once we notice the war coming close, we ramp up hugely towards prepared army again. So we'll need to get our hands on a lot of political power. All right, Skoda works. Very cool, very nice. I have a Skoda car, they're great. So what does that do? It unlocks this. This wasn't here before. This is the Skoda priority. Skoda is the biggest industrial conglomerate in Czechoslovakia. It also was one of the big ones in the Austro-Hungarian Empire. It has 5 different priorities, and the longer it stays on one of these priorities, it becomes more optimized. The optimization tiers are basically a modifier by which you multiply the bonuses. Baseline bonuses are here. These are like baseline bonuses at tier 1, and this one starts out at tier 2. And that means all of the flat bonuses are multiplied by 2. So you can see it's all 4s here. This is all 2s. Long story short, there's a different priority for everything. You can go tanks, you can go air, you can go infantry, you can go navy if you found your way to the coastline. But you start out on generic heavy industry, which pushes you more towards civilian factories, consumer goods, producing trucks and trains. And if you then pivot to infantry focus, you can see that these stuff get switched around, the bonuses shift. Bonuses are all like the priority is also relevant for the focus tree. Several of these focuses will require you to be in a certain focus. If I want to kickstart rapid rearmament, I could move towards factory output, but I need to have 30% war support. I need to have Skoda not on heavy industry, and it's going to cost me a shit ton of stability. If I want to expand my armory plants, I need to have either tank or plane focus. If I want to, for instance, devalue the Koruna, I need to have Skoda's optimization at a greater level than 3, so 4. So you need to balance all that shit out. Personally, I'll be honest, I'm a bit of an idiot. I don't like optimizing. I'm not a spreadsheet guy, is what I'm saying here. And this kind of content feels like it appeals to the spreadsheet guys. I'm not one of them. I have no idea what the optimal path is here. And I'll be frank, I don't want to know. I'll let someone else figure it out for me and I'll do it. But I don't want to do it. Let's balance out our industrial development. This gives basically all of our states a little bit of a bonus. Balanced industrial, yada, yada, yada. More resources, more max factories, and faster infrastructure construction speed. And once we have that, we move towards the fortifications again. All right, there goes Rhineland. With that, I think, if my math is mathing, we have 36 days to complete the fortification program, and I do want myself some forts. The way I see this, that's pretty cool. Okay, German rearmament. There we go. That sets the balance and power in motion. Negative motion. So annoyingly, we're going to be trending down. But I think if we linger an unprepared army until the war starts, well, maybe right before the war starts, we might come out ahead simply because of the industrial bonuses from this. Though, yeah, I'm not really sure. We shall see. Now, time to pivot to political focuses. I think if we rush down monarchy, Bohemian crown, we can get our hands on Austria, Hungary, possibly Yugoslavia and Romania, depending on how quickly we can do this. Alright, castle appealed to. Bridging the divide. Now we can turn this broken nation into a true monolith. Next up, we head for the nobles, as you do. And I think that unlocked, yes, a bunch of decisions. Most of these are fine. Several of these reduce your political power gain for their duration, which is kind of annoying. Let's start with Bohemia, which is where I'm building first. That will get rid of the penalties there. Oh, what I also just completely forgot to do for the last 70 days, because I'm an idiot, is do stuff like fortification research. This one speeds up all the other fortification decisions. And then we're going to rush through all of them, at least the ones for the Sudetenland. Right, nobles petitioned. This gives me another advisor. This gives me Tiso, who gives me more pop, mobilization speed, and support for non-aligned. Fine. Oh, and we get pop-ups for the Bridging the Divide as well. That is really, like, that is a quality of life change that I can applaud. That is good. You know, considering the Germans aren't going to do anything for a while, I can probably set up shop on the Austrian border, because, you know, Austria is my first target. Hey, fortification is done. Let's put the next one up. Sudetenland the third. Let's start working on some air stuff as well. I want to have an air force to at least fend off the German casts. If I can hold the fort line and a little bit of the mountains, I think we'll be okay as long as I don't get cast to death. I think I want to get the devalued Karuna. It is 70 days though. And then afterwards we restore the monarchy. Alright, Karuna devalued, so we'll get stacking stability, or taking stability for a year, which is going to be good. Still can't do monarchy. I'm like 1% off. You know, I'll integrate Sudetenland. It's better than sitting around waiting for that, and we'll be able to progress. At least we'll be able to progress then. Alright, Sudetenland integrated. Now I can appeal to the monarchy. There we go, monarchy restored, and we start fixing the Sudetenland next. Alright, Karel Schwarzenberg is in. Huzzah. Semi-constitutional system. There we go. More stability. Wait, no. That takes away our stability and makes our political advisors more expensive. So I'm going to hire him now. If I'm going to hire anyone. Oh, I can wait until we get this one. I forgot. It doesn't remove renewed constitution. It adds it. So advisors just get cheaper. We'll wait. Huzzah. Next up, claiming the crown lands. Actually, stability and research speed. I'll take that. That's pretty good. Stability is always good. And research speed, oh, if it helps me eclipse or stay ahead of the Germans, I'll take it. Alright, the divide is healed. We are no longer a divided nation. We're stable and politically unified. That's good. Now we actually get normal political power daily. Which is great, because it's September, which reminds me, the pivot in Škoda happens now, and I think we're going to infantry focus. I just need so many guns. I'm going to pivot. There we go. And now we are going heavily into mills, and with that, I go back all the way over here. We're going to war! Let's go fight some Austrians. Alright, Austria is on the chopping block. We'll declare that war right away. Battle plan this for all I care. The easiest thing to do is to basically walk past them at the stuff like Salzburg and Innsbruck. Down here, head to Vienna, Graz, Klagenfurt, Villach, and the rest of you guys basically pin on the flanks. That is it. As for focuses, that is the world tension we would need. So we're going to pivot. Am I pivoting? I need to pivot harder. Move to this thing and then force the industrialist's hand. Yeah, this basically overruns Austria in days. The Austrians are not a strong fighting force, let's say. There we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Submit our demands. Basically eat them. And one of the other focuses we can do, if I go all the way over here, is take the legacy of Ottokar giving us cores on their states. Something I definitely want to do. But like, there's a lot I definitely want to do. And our next target is going to be Hungary. Whether or not they say yes, it remains to be seen, but we might just consume them as well. All right, you go Romania, Hungary. We're all on the chopping block. We got about a year, maybe 6 months left before the Germans come a-knocking. No, world tension went down. In which case, Hungary then. All right, they said no. They would have said yes, but no is fine. I can just declare war. Basically overrun them at my leisure. And I'm gonna rally again. Actually, I'm not going to rally at all. I might have to, because if I now do this, the focus does cancel. Oh no, they will continue even if the requirements aren't met anymore. Okay, this will also then give us early mobilization, unlock our recruitment laws. Good. Everybody happy, everybody wins. And most importantly, I win. You head to Budapest, you head to Pech, you do Debrecen, you Szeged. I'll just overrun them. The Hungarian army doesn't actually exist, it's a myth. There's no such thing. There we go. Now, I could annex them, could definitely annex them, but I don't have a quick way of getting the core. So what I'm going to do is puppet them and get my war reparations in on them, as well as resource rights. This is just as good as annexing them. In fact, it is actually better, because now they are my puppet. I can get their troops. I then can integrate them later on to get the land I want. I can have the troops they make. I have their factories. I have their resources. It's fine. Now, the next one on the chopping block, if there is such a nation, would be these guys down south here, so we'll take a look at that as well. Yeah, let's just go for partial mob. I mean, it's a significant bump in construction speed for these mills. Next step, we are going to grab ourselves some cores, the legacy of Ottokar, because I don't want to be garrisoning Austria. I'd like to have some cores. They will make me money. Well, money. They will produce things for me. That will be great. They will be loved and treasured by the people. And then with the Austrian manpower and factories in hand, I'll take a bid, make a play for either Yugo or Romania. I'd love to get them first, but I'm, like I said, it's like early 38. I'm not entirely sure when Germany comes knocking. And if they come knocking at the wrong time, I am royally fucked. Oh, there goes Spain. I guess the war's over. I got my cores from Austria. I guess we make a play for Romania. So again, this is gonna be interesting because it's another nitpick I have with this tree and many other paradox trees. This is literally a 50-50 chance. The event file does not offer any way to influence the outcome. It either happens or it doesn't. So Romania either bows to us or they do not. There is no other outcome. Well, there's no way for you to influence the outcome. It is what it is. And what it is annoying. Yeah, they agreed. In which case, I think I want to subjugate Yugoslavia. It's like 35 days and I can hit them from basically everywhere all at once. Probably a no-brainer. I attack them up north and then bring troops in from this angle once they fully reposition their army and just completely crush them. Seems like a no-brainer. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And once we do this focus, we then immediately go rally against Germany to find the remaining manpower I need. I'm feeling very, very greedy. I know I shouldn't. It's September 38. How can this possibly go right? But I am feeling greedy. I want to go for it. Let's line up on Yugo. Ooh, 200 political power. Don't mind if I get myself an infantry genius. I should also start pushing my army to be more, not shit. Oh my god. Oh, forgot. Survivability studies. Right. I feel like I'm outpacing myself here. I'm dropping the ball. All right, Yugo subjugate, rally against Germany. We have our war goal. We'll declare the war. Nobody else should get involved. We were going to blow up the League of Nations. It wasn't doing much anyway, and we start our offensive in the north, and we work our way south. And the Yugoslav army is like widely spread out now because of this entire border here. Even though we're not calling them in, at least not yet, these guys are like way overextended now. I guess we can put some air up as well. Make these airplanes work for us. Yeah, now there's massive gaps in the line. I'm gonna call my puppets to arms. Just pull them in, and it's over. It is about as Jover as it's gonna get. All I have to do is walk in. It's gonna give my puppets a little bit of war contribution, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, just like that. They're dead. They're essentially dead. What's this? More production, yes. I just imagine Yugoslav High Command sitting there. Wow, this is lame. And to be fair, kinda is. Kind of is. If I were Yugoslav High Command, I'd also think this is kind of lame, but it doesn't change the facts on the ground. The war is over in about 26, 27 days. There we go. And everything up north here I will take. So if I zoom out, roughly that I'm going to take. Now Hungary, if Hungary had cores, I'd probably hand them some of that, because the event where Hungary gets to be your puppet, yes or no, if they agree to be your puppet, they get cores on some of that northern stuff. I'd probably hand them some of it. In this case, no. And then we're going to create a couple of puppets out of the southern bits. So obviously the Republic of Montenegro has a lot of resources. We'll create Macedonia because it's funny. Now, as an absolute meme, obviously we need Kosovo. And then Yugoslavia gets to exist in its remaining territories. Like so. And then just add some war operations to get my hands on them factories and them resources. I think that's about it. All right, good enough. Confirm and exit. Pause the game. And let's see. I have everything under my control. I just need to integrate Hungary and Romania, and I can reform the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Now, just a minor footnote remaining. Just really minor, nothing of consequence really. We still need to defeat the German Reich. So let's get everyone into position now. We're going to set up on the border. At any time, Germany's going to start demanding my beautiful, beautiful Sudetenland, and I don't want to give it to them. Now, with rally against Germany done, that gives us extensive conscription right away. Incredibly powerful, because otherwise we'd have to wait until we're at war. It is November, though. Well, I've gone digging in the code again because I couldn't help myself. This is literally a 50-50% chance. Either they say yes or they say no. If they say yes, great. If they say no, less than great. But it unlocks opportunity later. I can't help myself. I have that greed in me. Another fortification project finished. What do fortify the crossroads or the Hungarian border? Neither of these really matter, I think. Because if the Prague forts or the Brno forts become a deciding factor in this, we're already fucked. The Hungarian border should not, it should never come into play, so that's fine. I think we're done with our fortifications. Maybe I'll build a couple of land forts here, just, you know, just to ensure they don't take these, and then these two provinces could probably use a couple of forts as well. Yeah. Just because they're going to get pummeled otherwise. No fucking way. They just handed over Katowice. They just hand over Katowice. And is there... Okay, as long as they're not an ally of us, we can do this focus. And if we bypass the focus, we still get claims, and Krakow becomes a core. So I kind of want to dismantle Poland before they get into the allies, because if they get into the allies, it gets a little bit annoying. Enough messing with Poland. I have messed with Poland enough. I've messed with my neighbors enough. Now is the time to look to the future. Germany is coming for me. I have been dilly-dallying for far too long. Upgrade the army now. Everyone to the front. Everyone to your forts. The Germans are a-coming. In terms of decisions, live fire exercises, I definitely want to push this to prepared army now. In terms of preparing the army regrouping is pretty nice. Air superiority is pretty nice, considering I'm going to be going up against the German Air Force. I would like to be able to hold my own, at least for a little bit. I've got a fair number of fighters. I think we may be able to... Are you shitting me? Nothing. Like, not a single warning. Just an immediate Germany has declared war. Nothing. No warning whatsoever. They just immediately declare war on Czechoslovakia and Yugoslavia. Okay, in which case, you know, Air Force up, obviously. Army to your positions. Construction of forts is almost done. I still had my army training, so a lot of these guys don't have the org I want them to have, so that's pretty shit. There is no push for Czechoslovakia, so there's nothing going on here. Did I break the AI by rushing this? Okay, I'm going to blow up this railway. I'm going to blow up that railway. And all of my puppets can give me their troops, and I can park them in the mountains. I'm pretty sure this will be fine. Funnily enough, we are winning the air war. I think they've backed off with their fighters. And now we do all the armed forces stuff. Ooh, National Defense Act. Hell yeah. Why not? Why shouldn't I have a National Defense Act? Yeah, with all these puppet troops, the Germans are, I think, intimidated, and they're just not attacking. Oh, there goes Memel. So they went for Yugo before Memel. Okay, I guess they're gonna go for Poland next. I had hoped to be facing a giant. Instead, this is a giant pussy. A giant wuss. Come out and fight me. Fight me! Look at us trading in the skies. Oh, I knew banking on an air force was the right call. I knew it. We're blunting their their strat bombing. Their cast is non-existent. Air force is getting shot to pieces. Good. We will have neutered Germany. I've also started producing a little bit of basic cast. Just some bomb locks to my fighter design. Yeah, just this. And then once we've got a number of those, we've got a couple more tanks. I'm going to make that cut with my armor to the Polish border, hopefully before Poland gets involved. And then we'll have a nice, juicy Silesian pocket for us to consume. And then, you know, that's really like the dagger in Germany's heart. Well, speaking of crushing, let's get centralized control. Aircrew surveys, and probably want to get a Grand Doctrine. Battlefield support's pretty good in single player because if you can get the fighters and if you can get the CAS and the air superiority, that's just straight up better. If you find yourself behind in air and are desperately fighting a defensive action and need to even the odds, basically claw back air superiority, operational integrity is good for that. Let's go with Battlefield support. Oh, Zog's gone to Italy. Well, there goes Albania. Fortunately, I still have a ring of neutral puppets there. I do worry. Well, worry is not the right word. I am vaguely concerned I might be in trouble if Italy decides to join this war. So I'll need to make sure that there is sufficient garbage available to consistently put here. So I could extend this down to like here and contain all of Italy for a while. And then put something here on Zara to make sure that the Italians don't try anything there. I need to remember they have Zara. All right, I'm going to be honest. I'm annoyed with this, Germany. I'm going to turn the game off and back on. That usually reloads AI logic. And I really hope Germany comes back because their consumer goods are already broken because they didn't get the Austrian gold. They didn't get my gold. They are just completely neutered. Yeah, reloaded and let the game run for a bit. It just made the Germans shuffle troops around on the front. They're attacking. I guess that's good. But the German AI doesn't want to fight me. You started this war, you idiot. You started this war. Go on. Fight me, you coward. Yeah, they're just not attacking, which is just... It is pretty bad. Alright, Italy joined the Axis. While I finished my bribery investigations, they must have taken that quite personally. Well, in which case, I'll have to extend this line a little further south. Yo, this is pretty funny. The Germans are pouring troops into Albania, and they can't go anywhere because they don't have a border. These are my neutral puppets. I don't think they get war goals on Kosovo, Montenegro, Macedonia because they don't have a tag that's relevant to Germany. I don't think they actually get a war goal, and they're not going to justify one because they're in a war. And over here, there's some German troops showing up. I mean, it's going to hurt if they throw a lot at this wall, but until they do, I'm really not in any kind of danger from those troops. They're just diluting their strength even more than they already have. One more thing to note: weird design. Still having theorists that reduce land doctrine cost. I can see why you'd have them, because it would still make picking the initial Grand Doctrine and the sub-doctrines cheaper, but overall, you just don't want that. It is not worth the, like, maybe 100 army experience overall you save. You want people who have this kind of modifier. Like, the mastery gain is so much better than this land doctrine cost. Why is this even still a thing? I can excuse the old content having these. Like, people forgot about it, or they didn't really want to go back and do all that work to change all of these guys, but this is new DLC. They knew what bases they were building up from. They knew the foundation they work with, and I think this is bad. I think this is bad. This is what it should have been, a mastery gain increase instead of just a land doctrine cost reduction. This is not worth it in my book. Oh, they have the guy. They actually have a guy. Oh, but he's locked behind a focus which is way down the tree. Moravac's writings. Fine. I'll go find the guy. Still, don't like that. Yeah, the German army's finally found its way into our territory. I don't know what took them so long. They've decided to finally move, and there's a lot of them in Italian territory now as well. All right, air up over Eastern Germany. Yeah, it's in, and we're gonna throw our armor in. This, there, and there, and if all goes well, we should be able to blast right. Oh yeah, it's going well. All right, we should be able to blast right on through. And that gives us a beautiful little encirclement near the German border. Sorry, the Polish border, and that gives us control of, or will give us control of, bada bing, bada boom, Silesia. Now the armor is going to sit here, drive in there, and this infantry army is going to join that push, crush them, do it now. Oh, yes. Beautiful. All right, that's like a not insignificant portion of the German military just gone. Reduced to atoms, I suppose. Good. That is 13 German divisions crushed, destroyed, annihilated, removed from play. Afghanistan. Sure. Sure. Lose as plan. Fight for Silesia or divide Germany. Fuck it. I'll take the claims. I don't need a peace agreement. I can make my own peace agreement. And now we begin the proclamation of the restoration of the Bohemian Kingdom. Oh, so stupid, and I love it. I don't know why, I don't know how, but I'm already on my way to Berlin, and this is... Don't get me wrong, this is like fun, but it feels kind of undeserved, you know? And we're already in Stettin, meaning we can crush that pocket. Oh, well, at least I get to be the Kingdom of Bohemia, Slovakia. So there is that. And then we become even bigger. Maybe I should first restore the Austro-Hungarian Empire and then take the decision so I don't have to be called the Austro-Hungarian Empire and have no references to Czechoslovakia in the name. We'll see. I should probably justify in Italy, get them involved. Hey, there we go. The restoration of the Bohemian Kingdom. I am now the Kingdom of Bohemia, Slovakia. And I do like the new flag. I do like the new flag. Does that take away? No, we can still reform the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Should have done them the other way around because it's going to change my name to Austria-Hungary. Oh, man. This is a way better name and a way better flag. And there goes like another 11 divisions. One thing I want to say about the industrial branch. I mean, it's interesting and it has a lot of options in it, but you're gonna need a fucking spreadsheet to find the optimal path to get all the way down here because you lock yourself out with this go to priority thing of certain focuses and then their gateway focus that you can't do, so you can't progress further down the tree. Like here, to grow CKD secondary facilities, I need to be on heavy industry. But to progress on this side, I need to be on different priorities. So you constantly have to be switching between the two. And I'll be honest, I don't like doing that. That is mental bandwidth I don't want to put into a fucking video game. And what I'm going to do is ignore most of that mechanic. And it will not hurt me whatsoever because just through the basic system of building more military factories and research, I can get what I need. And if a mechanic can be entirely ignored without consequences, what's the point of adding it? And now we battle plan to victory, so our casualties are going to shoot up like crazy, but it doesn't matter. Like, Germany is defeated. They ain't coming back from this, boys. They ain't coming back from this. It would be funny if they just relocated everything to Königsberg and I can't get to them. That would be funny, and by funny I mean annoying. And there goes the German Reich. Italy never even joined. I'll take my Silesia. I'll take my Saxony. I don't really care about any of the other stuff. I'll take the Navy as well, because obviously we need a glorious Navy for ourselves. I could just start creating the world's most disgusting Germany. Yeah, let's just create a bunch of puppets and call it a day, because it's funny. And with that, We have secured peace for our time. We have taken our rightful Silesian land as well as our rightful Saxon land. There is no more Germany. We have undone the mistakes of the past, and we have created a beautiful tapestry in what was once Germany. Look at those beautiful, beautiful colors. Italy's still there, but he's a coward. I don't care. We also have Bulgaria there, but again, he's a coward. You can tell because he has no hair. Well, Italy's decided to do something. They're attacking Greece, which I assume is going to pull Greece. Actually, what if I... Nah, probably going to be late. If I do Overlord of Central Europe, I can form a faction. If Greece is still alive by then and not in the Allies, I could be able to pull Greece into my faction. Use that as a pretext to go to war with the Italians and just absolutely kick their teeth in. So this I hate. I hate this so much. So the Soviet Union asks Bohemia-Slovakia and Romania, my puppet for Bessarabia, and they just sign it away. I don't get the event. There's nothing that influences it. Just Romania taking it lying down, and I don't like that. It's so... at least give me the option to say no and fight the Soviets over this. Anyway, it looks like Greece might actually still be alive. Let's improve relations with them as well, and then I can drag them into my faction. We'll go to war over that, and we'll have a jolly good time. Oh, we'll have a jolly good time. I'm not so certain about the Greeks or the Italians, but those people don't matter. I believe that is how that works, yeah. All right, let's see if I can get the Greeks into my faction. Oh, I have to create my faction. All right, suppress communism. That's also a pretty good one. Win the war. Non-communists only. You know what? Yes. Let's call this the Central Powers. Right? That seems like a good call. The Central Powers. I'll invite all of these puppets to it automatically. What insignia do we want? This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. A nice... of course, I can use the... why not an outline of Africa? Why not? Something evocative. Something nice. A burning red star. This looks a little monarchy. Yeah, we have the key and the sword. Let's go with that one. Let's create the faction. Short-term goals. I don't know, some joint research, I guess. Let's see if the Greeks want in. No! Oh, they're non-aligned. I can always destroy the fascist threats. Gets me a war goal on Spain, and I can get the Greeks in that way, I guess. It's a way in, I suppose. Poland's joined the Allies. Must to be expected. Let's just kill off Italy then. They shouldn't be getting any help. Anyway, I have an air force that can easily deal with them. And now the Greeks do want in. Welcome aboard. The Soviets have gone to war with Poland. That is interesting. Because if I can then take land from the Soviets that they take from Poland, that is very interesting. The Soviets might not be able to overrun Poland, though. We'll see. Because if the Soviets are able to overrun Poland, that will be good for us. Because then I can take Polish land from the Soviets, and I don't have to fight the Allies. Get our armor ready. And we're going to try to make a cut towards Genoa, La Spezia. Just cut Italy in half. That usually works very well. And once Italy is disjointed like that, it falls like nobody's business. Oh, and that is like the majority of the Italian army encircled just by battle planning. Italy's gone to war with Italy, and is that Italy my puppet or not? You there. Are you my puppet? Yes. Yes, you are. And Italy's just died. Well, good for us. And with that, we get a good war. Occupied Italian territory. I don't care. Treaty of Roma. So we have Bohemo-Slovakian Italy. Took some of my future cores off them as well. I just need to integrate Hungary and then integrate the Romanians, and we'll be happy, jolly, good time. Oh, Bulgaria wants to join my faction. You know what? You've been a good boy. I'm gonna give the Poles, well, no, the Soviets a lifeline. I'm just gonna do dismantle Poland. I'm gonna do that now. It gives me claims instead of a war goal, but it is also, I don't have to declare that war, and I think the war goal remains. So I was gonna start forcing the Allies to put troops on this border, hopefully creating some chaos over there. So yeah, the Soviets stand a bit more of a chance at overrunning Poland, and then I can come in later once they're dead. Well, we can integrate Hungary, so huzzah, but the Poland ploy hasn't really gone as I had hoped it would. The Soviets are faltering. They're failing to deal with the allies. Bit of a problem for me, and Japan's not really providing the distraction I had hoped they might. So, in the interest of getting all my cores through this, I'm just gonna have to go to war with the allies. Let's just go to war, get this over with. It should be fun. If nothing else, it gives me something to do. And there goes Poland. Great news! Great news. I think, therefore I am. I can integrate the lost territories? No, I need Gdynia. So once we take Gdynia... No, the Soviets get Gdynia? Okay, hold on. Halt. Pull back. Let the allies retake Gdynia. There we go. This is fine. We'll just take this now. Happy to take it from you. And we can now integrate the lost territories. Saxony, Poznan, Gdynia, and Danzig are now our cores. Alright, well, with that, we've essentially won. Met our goals, I should say. We've achieved the goals we set out to achieve. Get our cores, integrate Bohemia-Slovakia and Romania, and then I can just declare victory and walk away. As you do. I'm not fighting America. We're perfectly capable of doing it, I guess. It's just I don't really want to. That gives us a bunch of additional cores. I love how many cores we can get with this. And now the last button, integrate Bohemia-Slovakian Romania. Oh, we're bigly. We're huge. And now can I press the button? Can I press the button? Yes. This is where all runs in Central Europe end up. We restore the Austro-Hungarian Empire. And we will get cores out the ass. The rebirth of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. The Bohemia-Slovakian government has announced the restoration of Austria-Hungary. I'm going into my occupied territories. I'm just going to release Romania again, but keep my cores and call it a day. Because I think we've done enough. Retain states with cores. There we go. I think we've done enough here. Austria-Hungary looks disgusting. Europe is once again in the grasp of the Central Powers. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like, consider subscribing. Let me know what you think of the DLC. Quick recap for me. I think it's fine for the price, but it has some issues that all Paradox DLCs seem to have. Some lazy stuff like no ways to influence event outcomes depending, like everything being 50-50, like Poland, like Romania, like Hungary. It is stupid. I'm gonna say that's stupid. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.